Hey everybody, this is Alvin Brown, CEO and founder of the Center for Healing and Peak Performance and Integrated Peak Performance Services. I am also the author of Journey to Personal Greatness, Mind, Body, and Soul, a blueprint for life balance and self-mastery, available at all your major bookstores, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, and Amazon in the US, and Chapters Indigo in Canada. All right, also, the Journey to Personal Greatness Journal. This is something I created to deliver with the book because I'm a big believer. Go back in all my videos, you'll see it. Big believer in journaling. It'll get you out of places where you're stuck, where you think you have no options. But sometimes when you get out of your stuff and take a look at it from a 40,000-foot view, answers come to you. And it's the same idea as how you can help a friend. You're a genius when you're helping a friend, but you can't seem to help yourself because you're too deep in. So get out of your situation, put in a journal, and get on your journey to personal greatness. All right, this is short and sweet. This is Hump Day Hustle. Hump Day Hustle is about, I split up my videos into three sections, three segments. Mondays are Monday Mindset, to get you a checkup from the neck up, to get your mindset right to start your week. Middle of the week, I want to give you a little punch, a little physical. It's about the body. It's called Hump Day Hustle, to get you going, to get you hustling through the rest of the week. And we focus on the Hump Day Hustle on your physical and your chemistry, your nutrition, what goes into your body, and we also look at your structure of your body. On Saturday, we're looking at Soulful Saturday, looking at the soul, how to nurture the soul, and how we also talk about material abundance on Saturdays as well. So today, Hump Day Hustle, Wednesday, we are talking about peak performance eating, how to eat for peak performance. And we have a couple of points we want to cover. Key points. One, food is info. I really like this idea. I heard it from Dr. Mark Hyman. Look for his books. I found this concept from him. I thought it was neat. Really cool concept. Number two, peak performance. And number three, acid alkaline. Something I've been looking at for a while now. I want to share it with you. It's in my book as well. And action steps. Something we can do. I don't like to leave you here with just info because there's a ton of info. I want to leave you some action steps, and I hope you take it and make a move on it. The action steps: how do you feel? Make a list, and what gets measured is number three. All right, so let's start with number one on the food is info. I like this idea because when you think of it, everything you put in your mouth, what kind of information, it gives information to your cells. At the end of the day, when it passes your tongue and it gets into your body, it breaks down into chemistry. And that chemistry triggers and tells your body what you want it to do. Amino acids, phytonutrients, macronutrients, micronutrients. It breaks down at a chemical level and tells your cells what you want it to do, from the gut to the rest of the cell, the blood cell. Foods trigger and they give information. So think of it that way. So when you're putting something in your body and you want a certain result out of your body, just think about the info you're giving it. Garbage in, garbage out. They use that in computer language. It can be the same for us too. So think of it, food is info. And when you go to eat, I don't see it should be rigid. I'm not rigid. But if I'm on a day when I want to get peak performance from my body, I watch what I put in, what information am I putting in. And if I got a long day ahead of me, I'm not going to eat things that will make me feel tired or won't allow me to finish my day at a high level. If I got an event or if I have a long day at work and every communication I do with my clients, I got to have that energy to give to them. So I got to watch what I eat when I'm at work, when I'm at an event, when you got to perform at a certain level. Food is info. Remember that, especially the athletes. Some of my bodybuilding clients know this for sure because they want to get themselves in the peak performance condition for stage. And any minute, they can break down an hour before they get on stage because they understand that food is info. So remember that and keep that in mind as you choose your diet. Number two, peak performance. If you want to live a life on your terms, have all the energy you want, have the mental focus and clarity that you want, you got to look for peak performance. And that's why you eat. All right, so let's talk about number three, acid alkaline levels in your body. When we're talking about peak performance and food is info, we can't not help but talk about acid alkaline levels in your body. I want you to think about acid alkaline like your pool. In the book, page in the book, page 148, I describe it in a story because I remember getting a pool at our home, and we were lazy on keeping up the balance in the pool of the pH balance in the pool. And when we got out there one summer, it turned completely green, and it's growing on the edges, and it got really, really messy. And we had to pour in a whole bunch of other solutions to help bringing back the color and so on and so forth. So you can see how the balance of pH in the pool matters so much. It's just this tiny little balance. Well, the blood is the same thing. When you think about our bodies, I've heard anything from 70 to 80% water rate in our body. The amount of water proportion in our body is about 70 to 80%. Think about your blood. Your blood goes at a level at 7.35, and it's got a small range in there that it can fluctuate, not a lot. And that's your pH levels in your blood. It's just right at the right amount to be neutral, just a little bit above neutral, because it runs from 0 to 14, and 0 being very acidic, 14 being alkaline, and you want your blood right in the middle to be balanced. Anything too much is not good. Anything too acidic, like your stomach acid, is very acidic. It's very low because it needs to break down the food. But your blood should be nice and even, and the foods we eat and the stress we're under and the environment we're in can change the acid alkaline levels in your blood. And there's been a lot of conditions related to acidity in your body: cancer, arthritis, heart disease, so many breakdowns, diabetics, and so forth. Acidity is the number one factor that connects everything together. Some of the foods that we got to think about that are acidic: think about fried foods, a lot of meats, because the animals themselves are acidic, and we're eating. So if you're eating a lot of heavy meat products, that can also be milk, dairy, that wheat. All those things can be acidic to the body and then cause disruptions and dysfunctions in your body. The alkaline foods, fruits and vegetables, are real key. They're very alkaline. They'll help to bring the body back, especially the green leafy vegetables. That's why it's so important on your diet to have not so much carbohydrates, white flour, white pastas. They're very acidic, and a lot of meats and a lot of fried foods, fries and French fries, they're very acidic, and they can really disrupt your body. And if you're in constant pain, chronic fatigue, arthritis, and you're suffering from a lot of those conditions, you got to be mindful of your acidity and alkaline levels. All right, so we're going to provide you with a download that you can see a list, categories and lists of moving from more acidic foods to more alkaline foods, and that can be your guide. Just shifting your diet to more of an alkaline diet. You'll notice a huge difference in chronic pain if you're suffering from that. And all your symptoms related to other conditions, like, again, arthritis is huge. So be careful, be mindful of that. But let's get into the action steps. All right, how do you feel? I want you to become mindful of the foods you eat. This is the action step. A lot of times, not even sometimes when we're eating, quite often in North America anyways, we aren't mindful. We're busy working while we're eating, watching TV, being distracted, and we're not mindful of the foods we're putting in, how fast we're eating, are we chewing enough times. It's just in 3-4 bites and it's down the hatch. And that's what we got to watch for, is be mindful of the food you're eating and what it's doing to you. How do you feel after you've eaten this certain type of food? Are you tired? Are you loggy? Are you bloated? Is there more pain an hour after you eat, like brain fog? There's so many things that happen after you eat. Or do you feel good? Do you feel like after you eat, you used to feel a lot of energy not long after. You shouldn't feel bloated. You shouldn't feel like you're in pain after you eat. So start paying attention to how you feel after you eat. Make a list, your journal. Break out your journal and start to list what you eat, when you eat it, what you eat, and how you feel after you've eaten it. And you'll start to get a clue at what foods are triggering you. Sometimes some of the things you love are your triggers. I had a bodybuilder in many years ago who he didn't realize he was allergic to oats. He has a sensitivity to oats, and bodybuilders, one of their staples is the oats. So he was eating a lot of it over many years, and he's been in the business for a long time, but he realized it was oats. And what's good for one isn't always good for the other. And if you've been eating it for a long time, sometimes your body grows toxic to it and sensitive to it. So the big thing is to journal, and journals are huge. All right, what gets measured? Now you can go to your local nutrition store and they have pH sticks and pH strips that you can get your saliva, and you take 3 testings, morning, noon, night, and start to track again what's your pH levels. There's even many kinds. You can pee on a stick to find out your pH levels. You can get it measured. There's a tons of ways to do it, but the soft way and easy way is get your saliva measured each morning 3 times a day, and do it consistently for 7 days and see what your pH levels are at. Where does it start at? Is it very acidic? Is it very alkaline? It's not the most accurate way, but it'll still give you an idea of where you're starting and where you're going to go with your pH levels, and how foods over time affects your pH level. It's a great way to measure it. So what gets measured often gets better. Your weight, you name it, your money, your finances, your debt. If you head in the sand, it doesn't always work. Ignorance isn't always bliss. So what gets measured gets better. So start to measure what foods do to you, start to measure your acid alkaline levels, and you'll start to notice an improvement in what works for you. Start to know what works for you. Be mindful. Don't just accept that I'm hungry, I eat this, and it's great, and it's okay if my brain's foggy and I can't concentrate. No, start to be mindful of your diet. All right, so let's recap real quick. Food is info. What you put in, it gives information to your cells, and you will garbage in, garbage out. You're looking for peak performance eating? Then you got to eat the right foods, put the right information in to get. If you love treat days, save it for a time when you know you're not required to operate at peak performance levels. Whether you're in a meeting or you're running a company or whatever it may be, or you're an athlete getting ready, watch what you're eating. It's huge. Acid alkaline, start to monitor your acidity levels, your alkaline levels, and see what a difference that makes. A lot of fruits and vegetables, take a look at your plate. It used to be that we needed 12 servings. Now nobody's getting it, so they lower it to 5 servings a day. Be mindful of that. What are you getting in? Heavy meats, fried foods, pizzas, cheese, milk, dairy. All those things make you acidic, and it'll slow down your performance. Action steps, start monitoring how you feel, use your journal. Make a list of what you're eating and when you eat it and how you feel after eating it. Go to the nutrition store, the drugstore, your local Walgreens, Pharma Plus, Shoppers Drug Mart in Canada, and pick up your pH strips and start to do the saliva measurement and see where you're at and see how it's changing over time. All right? So that is Hump Day Hustle. It's all about the chemistry in your body, all about getting peak performance from your body. So, because you protect this, and it'll serve you later on in your years when you're counting on it to serve you. So again, peak performance eating, I want you to be relentless. Never stop, never tire. And life, you must be engaged in life. You can't hope for health, flip a coin and hope at the end it turns out okay. You got to be engaged in your life. So be relentless about your pursuit for personal greatness. Check out our website. Look at the downloads page. We got lots of resources on our website. Books I would recommend that you read. We have resources to back these up, because I'm going to be like your virtual coach until you're ready to use me. And watch out for more seminars, online seminars, live seminars coming at you. I'm working on everything, and I want to put it together and really add value to you. All right, until next time, be relentless. Peace out.